What is happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with NEVERsate.com, and whether you find yourself swinging a sledgehammer in the gym, working on your general physical preparedness and your conditioning, or you find yourself doing something a little bit more functional, whether it be breaking up concrete or swinging a splitting maul, just trying to process some firewood, then many people would agree that being able to swing a tool like this in an accurate, safe, as well as explosive manner is a pretty good skill to have. And as simple as this skill might look, there are a lot of people who mess this up badly, making themselves look very, very foolish, as well as not being very productive. So I thought what I would do in today's video is break down some of these nuances into 4 very simple and easy to understand steps. Step number 1, make sure that your feet are approximately shoulder width apart and that you are an appropriate distance away from the target that you plan on striking. Now, if you don't do this all the time and you're not absolutely sure of how far away your target actually is, a very easy way to measure it is to just simply put the head of the hammer on top of whatever you're planning on hit, and then do not move your feet. Step number 2 is all about the upper body. One of your hands needs to be at the bottom of the handle, while the other hand needs to be up near the head of the tool. Now do realize that if the handle is a little bit too long or the head is a little bit too heavy, then you may need to choke up on the handle, just like you are back in Little League. As far as which hand is on top, that's gonna come down to personal preference. And trust me, after working with this tool for a little bit of time, you're gonna figure out which side feels better to you. And it might not be exactly what you're expecting either. For me personally, if I'm doing a vertical swing, then I prefer my left hand on top. If I'm doing a horizontal, I prefer my right hand on top. But I play hockey like I'm left-handed, I play baseball like I'm right-handed, so it might not be exactly what you're expecting. So make sure that you play with different options to see which is gonna work best for you. And before the inevitable question rises, guys, if you are mainly doing vertical swings, then you really don't have to worry that much about switching sides. You're not gonna get some type of weird imbalance. Now, if you're mainly doing horizontal swings and you're using a heavier hammer, then you may need to take that a little bit more into consideration. But once you are in position, now it is time for step number 3, which is actually starting this movement. The first thing I want you to do is take a deep belly breath, and you are going to hold this breath until the point of impact or later, but I will explain that when we get there. Once you have that breath, the first thing I want you to do is start rotating that hammer behind you. By doing that, I want you to arch your back. Now, continue to rotate this hammer behind you and continue to raise it above your head until both hands are up there and you are about ready to strike. When we're talking about swinging this hammer, I want you guys to think about drawing back a bow and arrow. As you arch your back and you wind up that hammer, you are pulling back that bowstring. And then once it's at its peak, you're going to release all the energy at one time, which is step number 4, which is bringing down the hammer. Now this is where most people mess it up, and it's because of the timing of it all. But to bring down the hammer in the fastest, most explosive, and most efficient way possible, a couple things are going to need to happen. As that hammerhead starts falling down, you are going to need to slide your top hand down to your bottom hand. Ideally, they will touch at the point of impact. While all this is going on, you are also needing to slightly bend your knees. So taking the breath, arching your back, and rotating the hammer around is opening that chain of energy. And then once it is at the top, the sliding the hand down, bending your knees, actual point of impact is the closing of the chain. Now, once the hammer has actually impacted the object, it's going to rebound, at which time you are going to slide your top hand back up to the head of the tool to catch it so that you can set yourself up for your next arch so you can swing again. Guys, if you are doing reps, then there is absolutely no reason why you need to be taking steps with your feet. They should be staying pretty much exactly where they were. They might need to shift around a little bit, but you should not be taking steps in and out. The only time that I would recommend you taking a big step is if you're doing something like processing firewood and you have a really large log and you're going to take one big swing. At that point, I would step into it and I would give it absolutely everything I have. However, if you are doing reps, that is just gonna complicate things and make it sloppier and messier. Final thing, back to that breathing and when you can exhale. If you're taking that one big swing, like you're trying to process that one big piece of firewood, or you're going for a 1 rep max sledgehammer swing, then I would recommend exhaling at that point of impact with that one swing. If you are going to be doing reps, like this is general physical preparedness, or you are just banging away on some concrete, then what I recommend that you do is either hold your breath for a couple reps and then do one long exhale, Or what I personally like to do is after each and every rebound, as I catch it and set up for my next strike, I take a small little inhale. I might take 3 or 4 small inhales with each strike and then one big exhale. And then I'll take 3 or 4 inhales with each strike and then I'll do one big exhale. So it's almost like swimming. You kind of get into a rhythm. Anyway guys, whether you are at the gym trying to press a girl with your amazing sledgehammer work, or you are trying to split up some wood or chop down a tree, or you are trying to brain a burglar with a frying pan, then now you're gonna have a better idea of how to do it with a little bit of class and style. So I'm not really sure how relevant sledgehammer work is to my audience. So if there are a lot of views on this and you guys would like me to put out a couple sledgehammer workouts that I like to do, then I will gladly do that in a upcoming video, but I need you guys to let me know in the comment section. So if you guys do enjoy sledgehammer work, or you wanna start adding it in and you need some ideas of how to, and I'll just give you a couple programs, let me know in the comment section and I will make sure I get that out for you guys. I do thank you guys so much for absolutely everything, all the support, all the love, absolutely everything you guys do. I will catch up with you later in the week. Until I do, go out something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I can't believe I messed up the exit again. Every time.